What up, though? Boss here. And let me tell you, first things first, give God all the praise and take a look upon the landscape. He makes it all possible, and for whatever reason, he saw fit to let me see another day, and I'm grateful for it. All praise due. All praise due. And I had a question that I wanted to propose to you, and it is, can I talk to you for a second? You got a minute? A word? A word, please? You know, I jest, I joke around, I kid around, I say some things that I think are funny that I hope to get to laugh, to keep you going and keep you positive in your, everyday quest to succeed and do good and do right, So, I hope that does not give some indication that I'm not a serious person a lot of the time, because I am. And I said something that I hope was taken serious, pertaining to like how certain people just have their belief about other people, about their bias and their prejudice towards other people. And I said what I said then, and I mean it when I say it now. Those people don't just come from the womb hating any particular race, gender, religion, or people. That's just not so. That's just not so. Somebody would have to be shown, taught, raised to believe certain things to even have an idea that is negative towards somebody that they've never met, right? And it's wrong on so many levels, because if something happened to you at the hands of another man or at the hands of another woman, then that is simply that man or that woman that did you dirty, or at least you thought they did. Think about it. I mean, think along the lines of the same race. If you're skeptical about going into the whole race thing and you don't want to do the whole race thing, I get that. It's worn, it's tired, and there's no room or place for it anymore anyway. But see, what about me? I'm a nice, deep, mahogany brown colored dude. But if I was in a relationship or I was kicking it with a lady and a light-skinned, slender guy took my love interest away from me, that there is the moment in which I have now the teaching moment. I'm either taught one of two things. I'm taught that that woman, that love interest, that person that I was with, preferred whatever was stewing and cooking over there with that light-skinned, slender man, or that light-skinned, slender man took that woman from me. He took her. No, I ain't saying he kidnapped her, but he took her. She would have stayed with me if he hadn't come along and took her. The man ain't took nothing from you. Whatever he said or whatever he did was not going to do anything that woman didn't intend on doing or thought would be appealing to do. So no, I'm not going to tell my friends, my kids, or anybody else, you got to leave them light-skinned dudes out your house. You can't let them in your house because they'll steal your woman. Slender men that don't have the same shade or complexion as you ain't no good around your woman. They'll do you dirty. They'll do you wrong. So you got to be rational. You know what I mean? That is a learning point for you. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, man. I punched this dude in his face. Why? Because he made me mad. He made you mad? Yeah. And he happened to be Brazilian. Yeah. I heard that about them Brazilians. They'll make you mad and make you have to punch them. You don't want to punch them, but you got to, because they'll make you mad. No. And I ain't going to let you go around telling nobody about my Brazilian brothers and sisters done something to you to make you punch them. Aside the fact that you lost your cool, you lost your temper, somebody said something you didn't like, you thought you could physically do something about that. When really, no, you can't go around hitting people. You're going to the jail. You're going to jail. You don't like it, you don't like it. You can stop talking to them. You ain't got to associate with them no more. But no, you can't just go around putting your hands on folk. Can't do it. You just can't do it. You remember when I said, let me talk to you real quick. I know what I said. I was there when I said it. And what I said was that I gave the parables about the story that had the moral. The moral of the story is what the moral of the story was. I didn't give the end of the story, but it basically was simple enough to where you could have came up with your own interpretation. And one of them pertained to the most common one about the snake. The saving of the snake. I read something today. Shout out to Dirty Red Moore. Prestigious, distinguished gentleman that I happen to be acquainted with. He put a story online. Read it if you get a chance. If you're on my page, you already know who Red Moore is. But it gave a different interpretation. I'm glad I didn't give the ending, because now I can use the one that he did, because it was so much better. And it had such a better message and a better moral, essentially. But it was about a man. He saw that a snake was in fire. It was being burnt by fire. He used the stick to pick the snake up out of the fire, right? The snake bit him. And upon biting him, he dropped the stick. And the snake fell back into the fire. Right? So, the man then picked up a metal pole, and picked the snake back up out of the fire, saving its little charred life, saving its evil charred life. Now, an onlooker sees this. I don't know what the hell you're doing there, but hell, you'll never know where somebody got a camera or a phone these days and catching shit. But anyway, and the man asked the man who was bitten, said, "Brother, the fuck wrong with you? Why you, the snake bit you one time, and then you go back to try to save it again? What the hell you? What the hell you? What's wrong with you?" The man's reply was this: "I know the nature of a snake is to bite. I'm aware of that. I knew that then, before I tried to save it. But I'm not going to let the born nature of that snake change my nature, which is to help. Its nature is to bite. My nature is to help. We both did what we were designed by nature to do. Have mercy. Have mercy." Okay? So you don't let nobody come in with their brand or what their views are and change up your true makeup of what feels comfortable for you to do, which is hopefully to love unless your love is less received. If it is not, then it is for you to help, to love, and to show the nature of gratitude based on God's gifting of life to you. Right? Right. Right. Nobody thinks to give an animal which has the instincts to do what it is, basically any credit, because it's only designed to survive in the surroundings and the settings that are in. A snake is constantly on the ground. It's always vulnerable. All it takes is one good heavy foot, the swing of a stick or axe, and it's dead. It probably serves that you believe that an animal created like that bites at anything that it encounters or comes in its path, because it's here to kill me, and here I am on the ground, unable to do any more than strike. I'm not giving defense to the snake. It's just the makeup, and you have to know how that applies to any and everybody else. You do what you do. Love as God is showing you to love.